Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. As you can see, I'm wearing the new armor, the brand new armor for the Marauder. Last time I was on, I did a little bit of leveling. I got my Rogue and Arcanist to level 17 while my Marauder's at level 18. What I've been doing was just going around doing some hunting. Also, I'm trying something different with my audio at the moment. So, please let me know if I am too loud or too quiet. Basically, it's not going to really help now with when I'm live, but, unless somebody tells me on live that I'm too loud. But for those of you on YouTube, just let me know if it's my audio is way too loud, louder than the game. I currently have a fan on in the background as well, so hopefully it's not picking up the audio of that too badly. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue, shall we? Could be doing the Marauder story quest here real quick. I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words. It shows in your bearing, in your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to Let's not even answer. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lanasia. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How to find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count among my acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rainfred. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago, and will gladly aid you in this task with Rainfred's assistance. You are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. Where am I going? I need this thing. And since I'm going to Aleport, might as well do this. You hear about Commodore Raynor's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in western Lanasia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha. just north of Aleport. Head inside and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Take me to Aleport. I'll just ignore these side quests for now. One of Byrnjolf's boys, are you? Well, I've known that sprat since he was knee-high to a... Well, he was always kind of a big fella, was Byrnjolf. And now they call him Axemaster, eh? That has said a lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do, then, is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley and give a good whistle. I mean, bugger you're after. His name's Patripatin. By the by, we'll come running across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory. See? So you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Oskun's blessings be upon ye. Sir, you might want to have a seat. You look right firm. Farm. What? Farmer, I reckon I seen ye before. What? Okay. I don't think I have this etherite yet. Yeah, I get that. I wish people were more social in dungeons as well. But either they are not social or they're just toxic. Alright, where is it? That's a coral. I hate paralysis. Any day now. You think I would go farther if I jumped downhill? I've been in contact with Rainfred, and he had naught but praise for you, Byrnjolf. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would have you complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to Skepfingen, where he waits on the bank of the ageless river, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. Alright, time for more rock bashing. Yeah, there's a fisherman over there. Aye, lad. I know why you're here. And after seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know why you're here too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles Rotgame had you trading on. To crack this beauty will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Ha! Byrnjolf wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you capable. It was a very delayed explosion. Ha! Would you look at that? And on your first attempt, too. Well, I guess it's back to the Axe Master for you. Jumping my way around town. It's not very fast, but it's a lot more fun. Do 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 do. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique, adopted and perfected by our guild forebears. The tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Seems like a really good way to lose your axe. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. Versatility, not versatility. Good grief. I sense that the impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Byrnjolf. But hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery ye seek. Only a steady, measured ascent. Can't you, give me a helmet? Oh, that's... I alt-tabbed. I didn't mean to alt-tab. Control-I is what I meant to do. I have a new axe. An iron war axe. Probably the same kind of I had when I first started. So, let's switch to the Rogue. Fisherman's Guild. Should I do stuff with the crafting guilds online, or should I just do it offline? Ah, Byrnjolf. Just the cove I was hoping to see. We've some nasty trouble brewing. The client's on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. And call in Underfoot and the Stray in on this as well. It'll be a right little rogue family reunion. Jack, the client's arrived. A guest here has come from Maelstrom Command, with confidential orders direct from the Admiral herself, so you know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid your guildmaster speaks truly. 'Twas several days ago when an emaciated man stumbled into one of our camps seeking aid. Upon questioning the poor fellow, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. He claimed that pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on a black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale and found the village almost completely destroyed. It was a meager settlement, without so much as a guardhouse. Thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You'd think these pirates never even heard of the code. Pillaging honest culls and dipping their wicks in the slave trade? They're headed the right way for a good stabbing. Aye, though it ain't set down in so many weeds that code's notoriously unforgiving against those as raise weapons against the weak. After all, the first pirates in these parts were culls what was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history, and ye risk becoming what it was ye hated most. So you've a mark for us, then? That we do. From the descriptions given to us by the escaped villager, we've determined that these lawbreakers are members of the Jolly Merchants, a pirate crew in possession of an official privateering license. It would appear, however, that privateering has been naught but a screen behind which to hide their illicit activities. One can only imagine how many other Leminzen citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let it happen right under our very noses. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this ignominy. But merely tracking down those poor souls who have already been sold is proving heavily taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the problem, but that runs the risk of drawing the small folks' attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rogues Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the Jolly Merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and that you do so with the utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coves will feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy but a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. Alright, let's get to work. I'll be going after the Jolly Merchants myself. Underfoot, McKeb, you two lend your skills to the Maelstrom's investigation and see what ye can whittle about the culls what have already been sold. Byrnjolf, you're coming with me. I think you're ready for the next step of your education. I've no doubt you and Jack can handle a few ale-sodden pirates, but if you need an extra set of fambles, just say the word and we'll be there. These jolly merchant bastards won't be so jolly once we catch up to them. Your aid and confidentiality in this matter is greatly appreciated. We can now focus on coordinating with the Yellowjackets to free those unfortunate folk already sold into slavery. Shall we get after these slaving cutthroats then? A client tells me that the jolly merchantmen set sail from Adelport a few bells ago. Oh aye, they might even board an imperial ship or two, but that's just some mummery they're putting on to amuse the Admiral's swats. I reckoned the rest of the crew'd be back on land, looking to snap the shackles on a fresh herd of chattel, and just to prove me theory right, one of them jolly bastards got himself spotted creeping about the Ruffmans in Lower Lanasia. There's a bean cove over at the Motorby dry docks by the name of Swarsint. Would likely know the full story. Okay. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes keen for the guild. Head over and have yourself a prattle, and I'll join ye soon like. Okay, there is a somewhat faster way to get there. And that is by ferry. Well, okay, never mind then. Because that's taking me to Costa del Sol. If I go to Adelport, it will take me there. Okay, I guess this isn't going to be fast at all. Yeah, Kennel Keep Quay. That's where I need to go. Oh, puppy sad. Why are you sad? Now, don't be howling. You're not a wolf. You're not supposed to be howling. Is that what you were wanting? You were wanting your butt scratched? Alright, that's fine with me. If it'll make you happy. I know what you are. What could old Swarsund do for you? Hunting down jolly merchant slavers? Ah, well, that explains a few things. I was keeping an eye on the bustle about the dry docks, you see, when I spied an odd trio off in the distance. This rough-looking sod, one of your pirates, I'd wager, was prodding along another bloke and his poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the two being herded. Last I saw, they were headed south. If what you're saying about this slavery business is true, then that jolly merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to market. No, he likely has a boat waiting for him. And if I were a slaver headed south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the Salt Strand. That doesn't leave you much time. You said Jack was on his way, yes? You best go ahead, and I'll point him in the right direction when he gets here. I like the blue dragoon armor. It's very shiny. Ba bum bum bum, ba da bum bum, ba bum 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 bum. Giant crabs. They don't walk like crabs, though. I mean, it would be funny if they were like oh, I guess I can't really do it. If they were able to walk sideways and all that. Actually, do crabs walk sideways? Is that actually a thing, or is that just... or is that just bullshit that I've heard? So the ground here is very shiny. He can totally see me. Swarsund came through for us, eh? Now what do we got here? This one looks a charmer. Start and move, I told ye. Me peg-legged grandma obbles quilking you miserable sacks of shite. Or maybe ye need another thrashing, is that it? Ye already forgot what happens when ye try me generous patience. I am sorry, please, no more beatings. We walked as fast as we could, but we need food, water. Then get in the boat and shut your traps. You'll get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me, or just plain daft? I told thee to keep your bleating mouth shut. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The Leviathan Scaliars. She's weeping again. Listen, we're headed to Aleport, alright? That's where me and my shipmates gather to take stock of the merchandise and decide what gets sold where. You see, some buyers want only lads, while others is looking for lasses. As long as we keep these rich bastards happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the jolly merchantmen, sailed off to God's nowhere, and Lims'll be a distant memory. So if I was you, I'd fill that empty belly with one last big gobful of sweet Lanasian sea breeze. I'm so tempted to put a blade twixt his eyes here and now, but that won't get the job done. No, we'll let him guide us to his mates in Aleport. Then we'll mill the whole bloody lot of them. The jolly merchants will get their due. Don't you worry about that. They've gone. We'd best hurry to Aleport, unless you have a quicker way. There's a ferry that leaves from Candlekeep Quay. I'll meet ye across the water, lad. I'm starting to feel like an AI voice would read far better than how I am. Also, it's been long enough. I think I'm gonna switch my audio back to what it was originally. Okay, so it's on the normal mode. Turn up the gain just a little bit. I need a boat. Stat. Alright, Jack. What's up? Byrnjolf. That jolly merchant coves... Byrnjolf. That jolly merchant coves still with his captives. Seems they've taken a room under an alias. Hidden their operation in plain sight. Bold as brass, aye, but it's an old slaver's trick. See, even if some cold recognizes the merchandise, only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles, all innocent-like, while their mate is marched off to cry cockles. And ye can bet they've threatened bloody murder for any prisoner that what raises a hue and cry. Patience now, Colt. We'll just wait until we're sure that all these blackguards have arrived. Meanwhile, you'd better sharpen your stabbers. We've a busy night ahead of us. Ready for the job then? Once the jolly merchants are all here, we'll ambush the sods and set the captives free. That ought to be long enough. We'll just have to hope there ain't any stragglers. Listen closely now, Colt. The merchants are disguised as plain old venturers, and have settled themselves in 3 separate rooms here in Aleport. How do we whittle which coves are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the daddles of that bingo swilling coal over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves, the exact same type what that nasty sod at the Salt Strands had on. That'll be how they find each other in the crowd. Of course, it's also how I whittled where each of the bastards was staying. Just nilch the hopeless glazes of the company they'd keep, and ye can be sure ye've found your mark. So here's the job, all laid out for ye. We hit all 3 common rooms, roll the merchants, quick and dirty like, and get those captives their bleeding lives back, alright? Oi! The storeroom door's been forced open. Some thieving sod's been out to ale. Where's he gonna go? There's no way to hide over there. Well, they can't have gotten far. Better get the lads and do a sweep of the port. Is that Merchant Cove gulping pilfered ale? You'd think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to themselves. All things considered. Bloody oafs. And now we've got a swarm of yellow jackets buzzing about looking for blood. If they spot us wandering round in the Darkmans, I have a feeling they'll axe first and ask questions later. It'd be best then if the patrols never even knew we was here. We'll slip as sneaky as we can into each of the common rooms and use them telltale lavender gloves to identify our marks. There's innocent coals there as well, mind. So let's try not to stab any as don't deserve it, eh? I'm thinking we should head out one at a time to better avoid them yellow jackets. So I'll let ye take the lead after you. Oh, sorry. That's a new sentence. So I'll let ye take the lead. After you, Byrnjolf. And hide. This room? Oh, it is. Hello there. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hide real quick before I end up getting myself into trouble. I just walked out the door without even using my stealth. Silly me. You there. Where did I? Take that, slaver scum! Alright. Hey there, Captain. Duty complete. I've just finished reading the report. In addition to liberating those unfortunate Lemenzen citizens, you've done much to cripple the Jolly Merchant slaving operation. Thank you. The Admiral shall be most pleased. Not a bad night's work, eh, Byrnjolf? The Maelstrom will be taking care of them poor culls we freed, and I've made sure none of the merchants we downed are like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantmen, well, a crew can expect a visit from the Admiral's finest galleys, and it won't be for tea and crumpets on the poop deck. Right me natty lad! Our part in this is done. Time to head back to the sisters. Excuse me, are you the ones who freed us? Aye. Was there something else we could do for ye, miss? The Maelstrom swans will take ye home, if that's what you're worried about. Oh no, I know. I just wanted to thank you. If I may, there was one other thing I wished to tell you. Moments before you rescued me, the dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups. 'Twas something about another raiding party that hadn't yet made it back. I beg your pardon? It seems they'd been hunting for slaves in western Lanasia, and being so close to Aelport, our captor assumed they were out rounding up chattel until last bell. I just couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering as I have. Please, is there naught you can do? There certainly is, miss. You just get yourself safely home, and leave this stray pack of jackals to us. I will pray for your success. Thank you again. So much for savoring a victory pint. I'll send word of this development to Underfoot and the Stray. We've some well-earned trade for the last of these Jolly Merchants. By the by, how's your throwing on, Byrnjolf? I think it's time I learned ye how to fling a proper blade. When you're out in the wide, open roughlands, you often find the need to sting a cove from a distance. And I'm sure a canny lad like yourself figure all sorts of uses for a well-thrown dagger. Just keep it in mind for when we hunt down the rest of them slavers. My poor puppy is really upset. Those last few Jolly Merchant bastards must be camped out somewhere in western Lanasia. Now, if I was a black-blooded, guild-grubbing slaver, where would I be hiding? There's not to the west, but the Zahagan pools. Even those bollocks were brains pirates. No better than to trespass on fishback territory. And they won't want a chance running into patrols near Aelport, so that just leaves us east. The flock? Aye, they'll likely be nestled down in the ruins out there amongst the dodos. That's where we'll try to pick up their trail. You head on over and snilch the place while I send word to the sisters and the Maelstrom. Oh my god, I love his chocobo. Thank you for freeing us. We've been tied up here since those awful pirates snatched us from our beds. Those are some interesting-looking dodos you've got there, Byrnjolf. No sign of the merchants, though, eh? Their leader mentioned heading over to Aleport. He said something about there being no signal, and that was a signal that something was wrong. They just left us hobbled here like lambs for the market. One of them japed about keeping the meat unsullied in case there was trouble. Pray, let us flee this place before they return. And who are you to just sidle in and set loose our hard-won prizes, hmm? 'Twas the damnedest thing. We'd half a crew lodging in Aleport, and not a one of 'em survived the night. Done in by a couple of sneaky curs, what favored the short blades, they say. I'm supposing that was you two. Seems you've a bone to pick with our choice of trade. Aye, can't say as I've much use for slavers, except as a place to bury me knives. Oh, and I wouldn't bother yourself with waiting on your ship to come back neither. The jolly merchants are done for. You might have the right of it, lad. But then you wouldn't know the kind of coin 3 healthy slaves like them ones'll bring us. I'll have a new ship and a new crew afore a single moon has passed. You hear that, chattel? You're each worth a shining bloody fortune, and you've me to thank for your helping you. And you've me to help, and you've me to thank for helping ye learn your true value, or true worth, I guess is what that was. Whatever. Ignore this bleeding sod. In fact, why don't you step back a ways? These coves are about to learn the consequences of These coves are about to learn the consequences of breaking the code, and the discussion is like to get messy. Did ye not think we'd come for ye? You can try to stifle your victim's screams in the darkness, but the shadows are always listening. Go for it. How are you getting me from all the way over there? You guys are a bit late, you know.
Thank you. I shudder to think what horrid fate awaited us had you not helped us to escape.
I knew someone would come. You're just like the heroes in the stories. They always arrive at the perfect time to triumph over the villains. Do you think I could be a hero like you? I know I could be brave and strong too. I just know it. You don't want to be like me, lad. Listen now, me and those coves there, we're the ones what the scary folk are afraid of. And that's 'cause we keep the rules for the world they live in. We don't much care if ye shirk your chores or get into fights. But if ye ever break the code and betray your mates, then that's when we'll come after ye, no matter how far you run or how well ye hide. Live your life like the hero you want to be, though, and you'll never need worry about that. You two can stubble it and all.
I assume you are the citizens who were abducted by the Jolly Merchants. I am Captain Milala of the Yellow Jackets. Maelstrom Command has entrusted me with conducting you to safety.
It's all right, lad. These folk will take care of ye. Go on, you'd best not get left behind. Is there aught else, Captain? We're on a new job.
A job. From me. For you.
How patently absurd! Why, I'd rather hire a sewer rat to mind my larder. Was it during one of your jobs that you turned Aleport into a slaughterhouse? What dark age is this that we must employ assassins to enforce the law? It is this continued dalliance with underworld miscreants such as you that prevents Limsa Menza from ever fully expunging the stain of piratical infection. Look at these weapons you bear. A civilized person uses such implements to carve meat or peel fruit, and leaves them at table where they belong. Do you perhaps clench them twixt your teeth as you swing over rails like the pirates you hunt? Our fair city has no place for those who refuse to abandon the brutish ways of the past. The only champions of justice this nation requires are the valiant and forthright soldiers of the Yellow Jackets. Jack, what the bloody hells does this Cole want with us? I've not the foggiest idea, love. Just smile and nod. I've not come here to be patronized. I've come to put a decisive end to piracy in all its forms. Consider this visit a gauntlet thrown at the collective feet of the Rogues Guild. Heed well my words. Just before dawn this very morn, a maelstrom vessel stocked with provisions was boarded and looted by pirates.
Much of the cargo was stolen, and that is vexing indeed. But it is the theft of 3 items in particular, 3 unique treasures, of nigh incalculable worth, that most distresses my martial colleagues. As for the brigands, they made well their escape, disappearing into the dawn's mist along with their precious plunder.
A rum tale. What's it to do with us?
I challenge you, a contest to reclaim these stolen treasures. Should my yellow jackets and I succeed in retrieving the greater share, I shall formally propose the abolition of the Rogues Guild. Upon review of our achievements, the Admiral will surely concede that your unscrupulous institution has outlived its usefulness.
Blow it out your waddle. I've better ways to spend me time.
Oh, do you now? This incident constitutes a theft against the nation of Limsa. Does that not violate your beloved code? If I'm not mistaken, you've no choice but to rise to the occasion. Unless, of course, you mean to slink back into your hole and abandon the fundamental precepts of your duty.
All right, you screeching shrew. You've made your bloody point, and you'll be sorry that you did. I promise you that.
Your paltry promises amount to naught in the face of my conviction. I shall not rest until Limsa is free of every last buccaneer, scoundrel, and shadow-dwelling ne'er-do-well.
Not really good with that.
What now, Jack?
Right now, we head back to the sisters.
Wrong thing.
I'll do those things later.
I'm just focused on doing the story stuff for the jobs. All right, Lon, let me in.
For we last at Milalas got some bollocks, and it seems she's well done with aught but whiffs of pirate stock. I don't take kindly to Cole's pulling me strings, but this shrew is right. The code's been broken, and we've a job to do. From the sounds of it, though, them coves knew what they were about when they cloyed them treasures. I'll need ye at your best. It's time ye learned the art of muggin'. Rough up a Cole in just the right way, and you'll give up more than what you'd get if you just plain knocked him on his arse.
Me and the lads'll be busy whittling the story on them bitten baubles, so you're free to head out and sharpen your skill. Might even be as you'll pocket some extra blunt while you're at it, eh? Alright. Well, I need a new shirt. Basically, I need a new everything, but... worry about that in the future. Ooh, nice and pink. What was that, salmon? Alright, time to work with Arcanima. You seem tired, Byrnjolf. Are you sleeping properly? No. One's reasoning can suffer with without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Foreseer Clea has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Foreseer will explain the situation. I was beginning to think I'd miscalculated, Byrnjolf. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limsa ports are subject to inspection by Milvin's Gate assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed through. Excuse me. That's not what that said at all. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest of enemies will falter before you. Indeed, we could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please turn to Mistress Thubrigame and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formula. You have agreed to accompany the Foreseer? Then I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be like the Ruby Carbuncle when it comes to summoning it. Yeah. The mercenaries, Gisfreen and Ersthada, are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Kalia during her more dangerous duties.
Well met, Byrnjolf. My spells are at your disposal.
This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Foreseer's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Ailport. We will meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on dock, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. That was my TV making that sound. I don't know why I did that. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem Hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Byrnjolf. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Ailport. Alright, we're going back to Ailport. Fisherman's Guild. We're counting on you to cut us a path to the landing boat. The Foreseer will be safe with us. Let us be about our task. Byrnjolf, pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. You were the folks from Milvin's Gate. Hells! I knew there'd be trouble! Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next, though. Deftly handled, Byrnjolf. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Are you about to leave me behind? Erstada, if you would take the rudder, If you take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. Sometimes my brain just seems to want to invent words for some reason. So quiet. Sea is very calm. Never like this in the Sea of Thieves. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect with a probability of 85% that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bowl our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Almost looked like a Jedi in that getup. All that's missing is the lightsaber. And the Force. I am Foreseer Clea. By the authority of Melvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well now, your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up, you see. Bloody thing won't open. We'll have to come back another day after we've fixed the hinges. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guests add themselves a little accident. Pitch 'em over the side. Attention there.
Kalia isn't looking so good. Get out of that in time, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Well, that could have gone a bit better, I think. Just not very good with magic. A masterful display, Byrnjolf. Now we can finally gain access to the cargo. Oof. What are we here then? It's one of the bitch admiral's lapdogs scampering about me ship. You're just like your mistress. Always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Ha! Recognized me pretty face, did she? But you were caught. Exiled. Foreseer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. Stay away from me. Foreseer, please calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. Frickin' it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Ah! Kalia! I've got preserve us, she's fainted. We must withdraw! Byrnjolf, quickly! Back to the boat and carry the Foreseer. Aye, that's right. You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs. Yeah! We'll take care of Kalia. You'd best return to the Arcanists Guild and report to Mistress Thurbergin. I am never gonna get these names right. I'll try at least, but I doubt I'll succeed.
Take me to Limsa, please. It's good to see you well, Byrnjolf. XIV sent word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dosmaga? That name does actually sound familiar. He was exiled from Limsa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more he dares lay a hand on Foreseer Kalia. Poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dusmaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Kalia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to salve the hurt to her mind. You are concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. But that's not the Jedi way. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Yeah, that's fine. I think I forgot to equip my new knives. Case, yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot to equip them. Put this on. Alright. I guess all that's left now is to head over to Airport, do those side quests, and then I'll be able to continue with the story. But that's all going to be later. I'm gonna take a break. And I want to check to see how the audio sounds in the recording. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Do take care, and do let me know how the sound is. If it's too loud, I'll see what I can do. Anyways, thank you all, and see you all next time.